morning, guys. Today I am going to my very first concert. I am so excited. It's a Chainsmokers concert. Funny enough, it's in Japan, obviously hence the series, but I'm so excited. I've never been to a concert in my entire life, so I am going to take you guys with me. It's in Osaka, but unfortunately, because I'm assuming because it's a concert, most of the time you probably can't bring cameras, so I'm pretty sure they would not allow me to bring my DSLR. I am just gonna try to get as much footage as I can from my phone, so I apologize for the horrible quality, but I'll probably do a talk through because I think that might be the most probably entertaining way to watch this video. My cousin and I left in the morning. We went to a really cool cafe. It's based from a children's book, actually, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, and it was kind of inspired by that, and they created this amazingly, absolutely beautiful cafe called Ninemu. It's all in katakana, but we had breakfast, lunch. I had a lot of food, but it was absolutely beautiful, amazingly, definitely picture worthy. I definitely highly recommend you going there. It's kind of in like, not a hole in the wall, but it's really like in the middle of nowhere, but it was absolutely worth the walk from the station, and it was absolutely beautiful. After that, we then kind of, my cousin and I wandered around Osaka. First wanted to go on Ferris wheel. I went last year, and I love Ferris wheels. I love scenery. I love city life. I have a huge love for huge cities like LA and Dallas, and so I love Ferris wheels. And so we went on the huge Ferris wheel, then decided to go to the Tep Mall, which is right near the Osaka station, and we just kind of shopped around boutique. And then in the mall there's Starbucks, no surprise, but they're advertising this interesting drink called hojicha frappuccino. And hojicha is just a type of, it's a Japanese tea. It's Japan is known for teas since it's an Asian culture, and there's a whole bunch of different types of teas, and so they made this into like a frappuccino. It's kind of like the green tea latte, but a different kind, and whoa, it's amazing. At the bottom it had jelly, like tapioca, but not really like, it's not a hard jello. It's like a very like soft jello, and then it had like a cream in the middle, and then it was like sweet but not too sweet. It was amazing. It's so difficult to describe, but it definitely tastes like hojicha. But I highly recommend. Wish that we had it in the US, but I don't think you can get it anywhere except Japan. And then we started walking from there to where they were going to hold the concert, and it was at Intex Osaka, which is basically, it was a huge like conference center, and I definitely wouldn't say it wasn't necessarily like a concert-like area to hold a concert. The room we were in, it was kind of more of like a conference center. So here are just some pros and cons about my experience with my first ever concert. So pros are, it was definitely a more intimate scale. Japanese people tend to just be a little bit more kinder than people in the US, not to be rude at all. They're really just pushed and crowded in, and if someone just like left to get like a drink or something, like people would leave that space open where like that person was standing, so that when they came back they had their spot back. And like in the US, like that wouldn't even be a thing. Some of the cons was that it definitely was crowded. If you do not like crowded spaces, this is not for you at all. Being in crowded trains and in crowded areas is something that I've just grown up with. It's something that I've always been used to, so I don't get like as anxious about it. I can get over it. But this had no chairs. There was no assigned areas. There was only an A block and a B block. In the middle of like the room, there was just a giant fence right in the middle, and A got basically like the front half, so you were right by the stage, and then B got like the back half. Most people are gonna get the B block, which is the second back half, because it's cheaper. So it's super crowded, literally pushed up. You have no personal space. That doesn't exist. And so it was just super crowded, and it started giving me like anxiety a little bit because I just wasn't used to that, and I knew that like if I needed to get air, I wouldn't be able to do that, because if you turned around and looked behind you, there was nowhere to do it. It was just packed. So it kind of gave me a little bit anxiety, just because, you know, like I live in the US, and like shootings is a thing, especially in concerts, and so that was something that I had to kind of be like reassuring that I was going to be okay, and just kind of letting free a little bit. I'm not huge on like riots and striking and stuff like that, so like I'm not used to those type of crowded areas where everyone's like energy is super high. Another thing, since there's no chairs, you're standing the entire time. So the concert technically started at 8 p.m, but from 6 to 8 was open acts. So they had two like EDM artists. The last con that I have was that it's all level ground. I am really short, I'm 5 foot, and I'm legally blind, so can't see very well. I wear contacts, but I still can't see far, like, at all. I couldn't see the stage, one, because I was short, but also two, just can't see it. Like, you know, so like that was probably hard. I like to be able to see. I'm very visual, so it was fun to listen to it, but it would have been nice if I could see them in person, and I think it'd make it more surreal if you can see the artist that you really love in person, you know. I don't want to keep, you know, the con list short, because I mean I could ramble on, but there's no point. And so overall it was an amazing experience, especially for my first. I wouldn't do it again. I want to go to a concert again 100%, but I wouldn't do it again in that type of setting. It definitely gave me anxiety. There were many times that I genuinely felt like I was going to pass out. I think it's just emotions. I was very overwhelmed. I didn't know what I got myself into, and it wasn't that like people were angry about anything. It's not like I was at, like, you know, a strike, but it was something that I just wasn't used to. I'm not used to putting myself in that type of setting, and so that's something I had to get used to. But so that was my experience. I'm excited to go to my next one. Hopefully it'll be like in the US. I want to experience what it's like to go to a concert in America and kind of see what that is. But I also did a blog post on this kind of experience, so I'll link that down below, and you guys can kind of check it out and read it for yourself. It's just kind of get more in depth with what I thought about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are continuing to enjoy this series, and I'll see you guys next week. Matane!